Alright, so let's begin with the valuation process for crypto. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You should begin with a white paper. It's an in-depth report going over the technical details of a project. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long. I wouldn't take it lightly. The Bitcoin white paper is about 8 to 9 pages. Other papers probably are 20, 30 plus pages. They have their unique traits broken down. You need to figure out what's important, what's the purpose of a project, and how to approach it. If you don't understand this, you're just going to make a bad investment at some point in time. It's better to just take 30 minutes or an hour, read the white paper, and understand the fundamentals of the project you're investing in. How can you learn more about these projects? We're going to use Ethereum as our example for this case study. You can go to the websites, you can look up the founders, the investors, the developers, the customers. So Ethereum had a token sale in 2015. You can see some of the founders here. You can go to ethereum.org to learn more. They're very transparent. They have a very active developer community, the most active in the industry. They're very transparent. They have a high level of security. There are a lot of things you can follow in real time. So there are a lot of other projects that are attempting to replicate or use the Ethereum network as a role model for transparency. And you can read about the information on any website. You can talk to founders, you can talk to developers, you can talk to customers and investors. Everybody's very open and engaging in the community. So how can you understand security of a token? The reality is it's not easy, it's not simple, and this is a technical question. So if you don't have a technical background, you definitely have a disadvantage in some form, but that doesn't mean you can't overcome it by talking to other technical experts to understand what's vulnerable to attack, what's vulnerable to a hack, what do one coin or token, what does it do better than another one, who is decentralized, how many nodes, what are the coding procedures, the smart contracts. These are things you can actually look up. And then the strength of a token is determined by so many other factors. You simply just need to do the groundwork to figure out if Bitcoin is the most secure network in the world today, what's the level of security for another token? If Bitcoin is the most decentralized network, what's the level of decentralization of another token? Compare these tokens on a spectrum, and then you can kind of figure out where they sit in the universe of crypto economies. So another website I would use to find information is CoinMarketCap. There are other websites like this that provide crypto pricing. The reason you would look at something like this is one, for the price, the volume, but most importantly are the supply limits. So when you look into a white paper, we talked about Bitcoin has 21 million, a 21 million limit. Depending on what you invest in, the supply limit can change over time, and every token has a different limit. It's either inflationary or deflationary. In Ethereum's case, it's deflationary as it moves to proof of stake. In Bitcoin's case, it has a limit, so the price will go up because there won't be any more new tokens being mined or new coins being mined over time. Other tokens simply have different characteristics, and it's really up to you to figure out which is which, why it's important, and how you will value it, because it comes down to supply and demand. And there's a structural supply issue, and there's a structural demand in the asset. So you have to identify which is which. If there's a supply issue, you need to be prepared for it because it could devalue or increase the value of your asset. If there's serious demand, then you'll see the price increase. If there's no demand or the demand goes away overnight, then the price will decrease.